Important Podcast.
Take my phone, heathen. Nice catch.
Damn,
Holy
got
shit.
hands.
All right, we live.
Girls got hands.
We live in this bitch.
Shit.
Welcome back to the We Important Podcast, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back. I'm here. You know who it is. Your boy Q. What it do? And your other boy. Go ahead.
H Cream.
Say your name.
When we were doing camera check, I asked what I look like, pasty or creamy.
I did say creamy.
You said creamy.
I did say creamy. I regret that.
H Cream.
H Cream. He used to call himself that back in the day. It was like
Word.
it was like hood for him. I don't know. Hey, where did you get H Cream from?
Well, honestly, we were just kind of bullshitting in your backyard. And it was when everybody was coming up doing music. And they're like, oh, I can rap too. And then I found out the hard way.
I remember.
No, if you can't rap, it's something you actually got to be lyrically suited for. You got to have good rhythm, good flow. Not everyone can rap at all. Like, you just don't have fucking talent.
What do you think about it? Do you believe there's some people that should not rap?
Oh, 100%, bro. You know.
Would you like to give us an example? No, I'm playing.
Yeah,
That's all, man.
I got a whole list, but hey, we gonna keep that shit quiet.
What makes a good rapper?
Shit, man, just someone who's authentic and real. Just, you know, like it gotta have some meaning to it. Like myself, like, you feel me? Like, just it gotta be real, bro. Whatever you talking about, wherever the fuck you come from, whatever you rapping, it just gotta be real. And I feel like a lot of rappers just not authentic with they shit, bruh. And that's why, like, me personally, as like a fan of hip hop, that's why I only listen to like a select few of artists, bro. Cause, you know, I try to venture off and try to listen to different shit, but you can tell when like someone or like a certain person isn't authentic and it's just not real. You feel me? So I feel like that's why, like, I've been super bottled in on what I listen to.
Word. Well, who the fuck are you?
I'm Visual 9. Y'all know what it is, man.
Visual 9.
Y'all know what it be. I'm Visual 9. And I'm
Visual
so
9.
happy to be here.
And this is your second time on the We Important Podcast.
Yes, it is.
Actually,
yes,
an OG pioneer that came all the way back on in season 1.
Yes, sir.
And you know how we appreciate the love.
Yeah,
the
man. Y'all
is always
family, bro.
important to us.
Like, you know, it's been some years, but hey, it's been some growth, but we here, man, and I'm excited to like chop it up with you guys today.
It's gonna be great. Once a wee, always a wee. Remember that,
Word.
people. So, Visual, tell us what makes you important.
Just like I said, man, like as an artist, I feel like I'm very authentic. I feel like I'm just real, man. Like everything that I'm doing, like it comes from something positive. You feel me? Like I started this shit from the beginning of it all, bro. Like just, you know what I'm saying? Just no fans, no support, just like literally just from the ground up. And I feel like that's what hip hop needs more, bro. Like just authentic ass niggas, man. That's just really about this shit, that's hungry for it, and they got a background behind it. They doing it for a reason. I feel like a lot of people just do it because they think this shit is cool. And I feel like the game needs more of like an artist like myself. So that's why I feel like I'm important.
I love that.
I'm just different, bro. Like,
we love that. So you said, what'd you just say there? You said
It sounds like aside from your own sound, it's your work ethic.
word.
Yeah, for sure.
So aside from, I guess I want to add to this, along what makes a good rapper, what kind of drive, what kind of work ethic do they need?
Well, also before that, you just said, you know, you feel like we need what hip hop is missing is people that are doing it with a purpose.
Yeah, facts.
What is your meaning? You know, what's the reason that you do it?
Man, what I can say is, bro, hip hop saved my life, man. Like music in general has saved my life. Like before I was doing music, man, I always had an ear for it. I always had a thing for it. And I had so many different emotions and feelings that I was going through when I was young. And I really didn't know how to like be vocal with that shit, man. I was always boxed in into myself, and I had my mother to talk to and different things like that. But I don't know, man. I really didn't have an outlet for real. And when I came across like music and writing and recording, like that shit just changed my life in so many different ways, bro. I started to become more happy. Especially being in like a small ass town like Ravenna, Kent area. You feel me? Like everything is just so boxed in, bro, and it's not diverse at all. So I felt like I was stuck for a very long time on like what the fuck I wanted to do in my life. Cause I did sports and shit, and don't get me wrong, like that was amazing, man. Like sports is definitely something that
What sports did you play?
I ran track. I played a little bit of football. I wrestled for a little bit too. Yeah, man, but like track was really my main thing, bro. Like if I wasn't doing this music shit right now, like honestly, I really think track is something that I would have like really went far with.
What events? What track events?
I did the 100, 200, 4x1, 4x2, just mainly like sprints. Yeah.
Quick guy. You gotta be quick to do 100.
For sure.
You're fucking strong.
Yeah,
to do
man.
that shit
Yeah.
too, bro. Holy
And
shit.
like you gotta like mentally really be there, bro, and just like don't let the L like bring you down, man. Cause
For sure.
one thing that I've noticed with a lot of people, you know, when they catch that L, you know, cause it's like a 1-on-1 thing. It's the eyes are on you. You feel me? Especially like with wrestling too. Like eyes are on you. It's a single like person thing. So, when you catch that L, like you can't let it get to you, man.
Dude, for sure. And
that's the like biggest thing that I've learned with like sports.
And that's why I think sports are huge for people. You can be even in clubs and whatnot growing up in school, but I think sports teach you the art of losing or winning, specifically one-on-one sports.
Facts.
Like track's just on you, wrestling's
Facts.
just on you, swimming's just on you. A lot of relays and races because
It's just on you.
Yeah, if you're on a football, it happened a lot growing up in football. Something would go wrong. You can always point the finger at a lineman, at a quarterback, at a running back for fumbling.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's like, dude, the success, yeah, granted it's the teams, but there's a lot of people piggybacking. But when you're in a sport that's truly on you, the work in and outside that room, it all comes to show when it comes time to compete.
For sure.
But if you can take those life lessons, especially as a good athlete, that's why people love hiring college or high excelling high school athletes. If you can take those lessons you've learned, the mindset, and translate it to your work and life balance, I mean, you can grasp about goddamn near anything you want.
Facts.
But you gotta learn to fail so many fucking times. Like, I'm sure you lose plenty of races before you win that first one.
Hell yeah, for sure.
It changes the way you train, changes the way you think.
Yeah, bro. Growing up, I really didn't have my father around. Like I had my stepdad and shit, and you know, I appreciate him so much. But I really didn't have anyone around to really teach me like shit with sports or just like you know, manly shit for real. So I had to learn a lot of different things on my own. So like when I decided to like run track or play a little bit of football or wrestle, like you know what I'm saying, I'm coming in as a rookie, bro. I ain't got no trainer. Like I haven't been doing this shit. Like since I was like a youngin', like how everybody else was, bro. Like I was just coming in fresh. So it just really built like a lot of discipline for me because I was like the person where I just wanted to learn. I always want to learn, bro.
So where's the work ethic come from? Is it seeing maybe your mother the way she did things? Was
it
watching,
sports?
or was it even an artist you had worked with?
Or seen?
Shit, if I'm being honest, bro, like the work ethic just come from like it really come from my mama, man. Like my family, seeing how hard she worked, it just makes me want to work harder so I can take care of her and take care of my family. And also sports too, man. Like I said, like that shit really like helped me as well, man. Just with like discipline and just like learning how to just move forward. Cause like the sports that I did play, it was very competitive.
You gotta learn to compete because it happens everywhere. It happens with sports. It happens in school. It happens at work. You know, somebody's getting the bonus because they're putting in
It happens
more
with
hours.
these bitches.
Straight up.
Sorry, I don't mean.
And
to say
sometimes
that.
you gotta
I
find
love
loopholes. You know, you gotta be willing to sacrifice things. You're willing to take risks, and that'll get you far in the game. Can you talk a little bit about the things you've had to do in the beginning of your career to get where you are now? The risk you took, and you knew there was no turning back from a certain moment.
Shit, man, I had to work a lot of 9 to 5s.
Word.
I had to work a lot of 9 to 5s to
you
like
drop some of them. What were the worst ones?
Shit, man. Working as like a dishwasher.
Yeah,
Been
been there.
I think the best thing was like being able to like listen to music while I was washing dishes.
For sure.
But yeah, man, being a dishwasher or just like working at like a little warehouse job and shit. The main purpose of doing it was just to pay for this music shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ask anybody that's up right now, like, you know, they didn't just start, like, you know, being tapped in with the industry and shit like that. Like, they had to work to get to that point too. And that's just how it is. So, yeah.
That's interesting. I feel like I can attest to, like, when you're working a 9 to 5 and you're somewhere you're, like, not appreciated and you feel like nobody gives a fuck if you are here or not, and
Hell no,
anybody could do this job and you should be appreciative to even have it, and all that shit. That shit does something to your mind. And that it pushes you, it could make or break you as far as like you continuing to like focus in on what it is you want to do and what you love, or, you know, like going back to school and getting a degree so that you could go do some shit to make to make a living, you know.
And don't get me wrong, I did school shit too, man.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
It's nothing wrong with it, man. Shout out to everybody who got their degrees and shit, but it just, I don't know, man. It didn't feel real with me. Like, I just feel like it was something that was being forced. Right. And don't get me wrong, eventually I do want to go back to school and I want to get my degree and all that good shit. But just right now, man, I just feel like music is just something that I fully need to be focused on.
For sure. And I think the point is, like, there's nothing wrong with going that route, but don't ever, I'll be damned if I let anything external knock me off my course. Like, if I got my sights on it and I believe in it, like, I'll be damned if this person making money with his degree or this person over there doing whatever he doing. Like, that's not gonna fuck with me.
So I don't care. I want to add to this. I feel like we can definitely point the finger at social media creating this culture that you have to go straight from high school to college to grad school, or going to get a job. And
or success just happens quick. Like,
you don't have to work.
I think it comes down to people like you guys that can think in the moment. Because a lot of this fucks with people subconsciously. They're just scrolling through, wishing they had this life, seeing the way tweets, things are worded, and it just taps into their subconscious. And this is the way they think. They've been brainwash is almost the right fucking word for it. Coming from somebody that has a college degree, and like took me years into college to realize that all is can you do your chores? Can you go study these lessons on your own? And to be able to recognize at a young age, 18, 19, that, you know, I don't need this degree to determine my worth. I'm going to go create it myself.
Institution to teach me how to maintain myself and do my chores and find things that I'm interested in and research them.
But if you get accepted to like MIT, go for that shit.
Yeah,
you get accepted to those high tier colleges that can definitely change your life, especially if you're getting scholarships for being a scholar. Do it. I think.
I will say, not to cut you off, but I will say one thing. I bring this up a lot to people that I'm talking to in the creative zone. Like, one thing I feel like I was missing not going into higher education and shit. Not that I wasn't capable, obviously. I don't know if it's obvious, but not that I was incapable of doing that. But the one thing I feel like I was missing by not doing it was like some sort of mentorship. Not having somebody, an OG to like give me game on what to do in the creative field, in the music zone, in the podcasting world. You know, so was there anybody like that for you that, you know, kind of helped you out as you went along, that was older, somebody that you could look up to that helped you get this? Just
with life, or just like,
I think specifically in your music journey.
Nah, bro, nobody. Not at all. Like, you know, when I started this shit, it was just me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I had homies and stuff that was trying to do this shit as well, but it really took me sitting myself down and really kind of just studying the game and just seeing how this shit worked. I remember it was this DJ. I don't remember exactly his name, but I had went to this studio mixer once, and I had played one of my songs. It was unreleased, and he was like, "Man, this shit is fire as fuck. Like, I need your IG. I need your social media. Like, I want to tap in with you, whatever." I'm like, "All right, word." So I give him my shit, and to remind you, this was when I was like fresh in the game, like, you know what I'm saying. So I give him my shit, and he just like, "Honestly, bro, I'm cool." I'm like, why? He like, he asked for it. But he was like, "Honestly, bro, like, you don't have like no aesthetic for yourself. Like, I look on your page and I just see like selfies and just like, I guess he just really couldn't like understand who I was as an artist, like through my Instagram page or whatever." So,
you're not about to switch up to fucking please somebody either.
No, not at all. But the number one thing that it taught me was like, just to, you know, the biggest thing with me, man, is like, I definitely want to like if you look on my social media page, like I want you to feel like you can understand me, or like you know me or some shit like that. You feel me? Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just want people to look at my shit and just be like, damn, bro, like this shit just look real.
I want to add to this because I hope we're thinking the same thing. But me and Q had this discussion a few weeks back. I go, all these algorithms are in front of us that we can post the correct way on YouTube. We can post the correct way on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And one thing Q presses for is the word organic. Let us be us. Let it happen naturally. And we could go get the thousands of views. We could find this algorithm that tons of people do and replicate it. But at a certain point in time, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be us.
It's not going to be us.
Yeah. This social media shit do not matter, man. Just be yourself, bro.
Word.
Just be yourself. Just be authentic. Be real. And, just put that shit out there. And whatever it is that you're looking for will come, Word. Just be you.
And it's funny, speaking of social media, today, I believe, you had a post, and the caption was, I do everything on purpose?
Nah, everything I do is for a reason.
For a reason. So that speaks to the intentionality behind you. And can you talk about that? Like, why is it so important? We kind of did. It's so important. You want to get across with everything that who you are. Mm-hmm. Because of that. You don't want that DJ to ever be like, I don't understand who you are.
Yeah, for sure. That's the biggest thing, bro. Mm-hmm. I didn't give a fuck about what he was saying as far as like my Instagram and shit. Yeah. But when random people look at my page, I want them to feel like they're at home, or they look at my shit and just be like, damn, man, this is just so real. Like, for example, they hear us talking, or they go on my Instagram and then they look at like, a post of me talking to like some homies or whatever, like during the podcast or whatever. Like, I want them to look at that shit and hear what I'm saying and be like, damn, man, that is just so real.
Mm-hmm. That's the same dude too. Looking at the phone, looking up. That's the same dude.
You feel me? That. So I don't know, man. I come from realness, so
we expose these hoes.
Right. But yeah, I come from realness, bro. So I just want to make sure that, whatever it is that I do, like, you feel that shit is real.
For sure. One thing I think Q even brought up the first time we laid down the season 1 episode track with you is your name resembles really who you are. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so I think it's funny that you got that comment from that DJ, because I compliment you on the fact that, like, visual, I told you earlier, I think Visual 9 is a perfect name for you. It's perfect.
That's love, bro.
I think visually and sonically you have you know how to match those things. You know mm-hmm. how to create an aesthetic. Anybody that's watching your videos, anybody that's seeing the photo shoots that you've been a part of, the album covers, I think that visually how to put, get everything that you want to get across and how to make it match.
For sure.
The music behind it and everything.
Wow, bro. I really appreciate that, because it took me a while to get to that point, man. Like, it just, I don't know. Because like I said, I didn't have no OG. I ain't had nobody telling me how to do this shit. Like, I learned everything from just studying the greats, like Kendrick, motherfucking like Busta, Tribe Called Quest, fucking Ice Cube, Mary J. Blige, shit, just a bunch of people like I grew up listening to just because of my mom and shit. But just like being around like that and listening to it, and just kind of like, I was the type where I always wanted to just like venture and just like learn new shit. So growing up and listening to that type of music and just like having the freedom to like really just search and get my hands on different things, like, I don't know, it got me to this point, honestly. It got me to this point.
And speaking of, like we mentioned that, this is Visual's second episode.
Yeah.
He was here. He's an OG guest from season 1. I believe it was episode 13, if you want to go check that out.
Yeah, tap in, man. We talked about a lot of good stuff on that one too.
Right, check that out. See the progression. And that was 2020.
Shit.
That might have been 2019.
It was 2019. It was 2019.
It's now 2023. It's been 4 years. Visual, what have you been up to?
Man, shit, just connecting with like myself more. Just getting to know myself more, man. I feel like it was one point where I was just so focused on trying to make everybody else happy. Like I low key like kind of started spacing away with like focusing on exactly who I am as a person and like making myself happy, you know what I'm saying? So I guess like these last 4 years, I kind of just been tapping in with just who I am as a person and just kind of trying to get to know myself more as an artist.
Hey, you've been doing that kind of thing too? You're masturbating a lot more.
Oh shit!
Revealing my goddamn secrets.
Yo,
Erotic asphyxiation.
No, but oh, chill out. All right,
damn, man.
seriously, though, you have been doing some of that work as well, right? You've been more outdoorsy,
Like,
getting into the different hobbies and things
for me,
like that.
I feel like a lot of it really does trace back to the pandemic and everyone just kind of getting shut down and closeted
Facts.
in. Like,
Facts.
it almost seems like our creativeness had a boundary, creativity had a boundary, had a limit. Somebody put a border around this, and it took stepping out of comfort zones to get to that. I made a few fucking mistakes,
As we all do.
Some things,
Yeah, we
happened
all
in my
do,
life,
bro, for sure.
and probably one of the top 3 worst things that happened to me in my life. But it seems it was super necessary to get to me where I was, because the podcast was going for us in season 1. I thought life was just going well. Pandemic happens, everything slows down, and I was damn near ready to give this up season 2.
I'm happy you didn't.
I'm happy looking back at it, because even getting this shit started back up, I was in a real down state on myself. I lowered my self-worth, started giving people all their roses, and I forgot, hey, I'm the motherfucker running this show.
You feel me?
You know, like, where's my goddamn roses? And here's the thing. I'm not reaching for them. I'm not asking people for them. I just put my head down, get the fuck to work, and I have friends and close people to me that support me and believe in me. Like, I believe there's a big thing. You have to believe in yourself to be able to achieve something, be able to go chase it.
Facts.
But once you have others that believe in what you're chasing, man, there's nothing that's impossible. Like, well, you're gonna fall flat on your face,
All
and
the
at
time.
times you're not gonna be able to pick yourself up. Who's really there for you during your struggles? And you're gonna realize that when you're in those moments of weakness, who really has my back? And I used to believe, you can have all the friends in the world, everybody's gonna be nice to you. But there's going to come a time where 99% of people are going to turn their back on you.
For sure.
And it's called adulting. It's unfortunate. But that's the way life goes. People got other shit to worry about. And it's not like I'm going to waste energy hating on them. I get it, you know. But at a certain point in time, you have to realize, who are you doing this for? Are you really doing it for you?
Right. Like we talked off camera earlier about, doing things for you. If you're not doing it for you, what are you doing it for?
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like... You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I was saying earlier, it got to start with you first. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with being stingy with your time. It ain't nothing wrong with being stingy with just, like, giving yourself to other people,
Yeah,
man.
your energy.
Because motherfuckers will drain your energy. Like, I'm going to say this again. Motherfuckers will drain your energy, bro. Like,
So suck you dry.
For real. So sometimes it's best to just focus on yourself, man. And if you got some real ones around you, then like, fuck it, man. Support each other, bro. I feel like that's the number one thing that don't happen nowadays, man. People act stingy with supporting, man. Like, I'll have no problem with showing love. Like, if you dope, if you got a kind spirit, if I'm talking to you and I really genuinely fuck with what you saying and just who you are as a person, bro, you got all the love from me.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody say visual don't get no love. And that's what I'm all about, bro.
And a big thing with us here at the podcast, with anybody that comes on here, it's a 50-50 relationship. We're here to support you. And back in season 1, a big thing we were supporting at the time with you was the release of your album, Element. Granted, it had been a few months since the making of it and drop and release. But it's been 5 years since you've released an album. It came up, the anniversary passed 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 years since you dropped a single.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Harry on your ass. Harry's on your ass, bro.
Yeah, man.
What you got to say for yourself?
Where the fuck have you been? God damn it!
Man. I know motherfuckers is ready, bro. I know people is ready for new music, man. And honestly, like I said, bro, I just really been spending this time to just kind of connect with myself, man. Because after I dropped my recent single, On Bro, which is on all platforms. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, make sure you tap in. It's an amazing song. After I dropped that, I kind of just like went through this phase where just everything was just closing in, bro. Just like shit was just getting so dark. And it was around COVID time too. You know what I'm saying? So shit was just weird. And I'm like, bro, fuck this shit, man. I need some time to myself, bro. Like, I just need to kind of just step back from everybody and just like really tune in with myself and just love myself more. And, the last thing I want to do is like give not only myself, but like my listeners and supporters some half-ass music. You know what I'm saying? Like I want this shit to be real. And that's one thing that I want to say about my supporters and like fans. Like I really appreciate you guys because, you know what I'm saying, y'all been so patient with me like these last 4 years, honestly, or 5, excuse me. You guys been super patient and just waiting, man. So I'm excited to drop this new music. It's a lot of good things that I'm going to be talking about. And I just feel like overall it's going to help people get to know me more.
Is a new album in the works right now?
Hell yeah, bro. I'm not going to exactly tell you guys when it's coming, but I do not yet.
Okay.
But I do have an EP on the way within the next month or so. I'm not going to give you guys a date yet. Just make sure you tap in. Follow me on Instagram if you don't. And if you do, just stay active. Just pay attention. I'm giving you guys signs, so just
pay attention.
Stay with me. We almost there, man.
Make sure you check out our social media page. Be able to tap into them too. We'll make sure we'll have them tagged on our post. You can go right to his account and find all the bios.
A lot of good music on the way.
I think something I want to do. I was going to talk to Harry about this off camera, but why not share it with everybody? Let me know if you like this idea. But I'm thinking maybe one day out of the week we'll do a guest spotlight where we just promote randomly, whether the guest has anything coming out or not. We'll just remind everybody, like, don't forget about this person. You know, we important. That's what it's all about. So,
facts.
For sure.
We'll talk about what day to do it. Yeah, there you go. I'm not really asking permission. I'm just going to do it for you.
The other thing we do, too, that I think is really important in life, too, I was talking about a little bit earlier, is like maintaining relationships. You know, like, as soon as this episode drops, we do a 24-hour follow-up to check in. We do a week follow-up to see how stuff's going.
Absolutely.
And then we do a quarter follow-up every 3 months to just, what the fuck's going on in life?
And guys,
that's real.
It's all right to check in.
If you're getting the messages from Harry in the group chat with us, you know, if you've been a guest, don't worry. Like, I'm part of it. You know, I'm probably sitting next to him telling him what to type, but and I know what it looks like. It looks like he's the only one talking to you, but it's okay. But I love you.
Check in on your people, man. Like, it's not corny. Like a wellness check. Check in every now and then. 'Cause people go through shit, man. Not even the toughest guy in the room, the light bulb in the room, the brightest smile. Those people go through shit, man.
I make sure I check up on my homies, man. Like every now and then I'll be like, yo, how's your morning going? Or good morning, or shit, ain't nothing wrong with saying I love you. You know what I'm saying? I tell my homies I love them all the time, man. That shit ain't weird. That shit is not like fried. You feel me? Like I tell my peoples I love them all the time.
As you should.
And my responses might be weird at first. People be like, do you need anything? And it's not like it's happened before, you know?
Yeah, they're like apprehensive that you're checking in on them.
Because people aren't used to it, man.
Yeah,
like society's
and that's sad, bro. Man, that's sad.
Why it's so important to do that. You should.
Mm-hmm.
We encourage you all to.
Corny. It's being a good friend.
It ain't. I feel like a lot of people don't know how to be a good friend nowadays.
Just asking the question, how are you doing today, can really change someone's world.
Facts.
And we got a few questions from the audience to ask you that might change your world.
Oh, shit.
We have the most important questions from the audience.
Are we getting better at that? I feel like last time we did it like completely in sync.
I feel like we sound like a house DJ down in like Florida.
Low-key.
Shit just on some like, what did you guys say? Say it again.
The most important questions from the audience.
Yeah, it sounds like some motherfucking like announcing like shit.
You got the high voice for me and Q's low voice, and
look at here. He's a
we're in your ear.
Producer over here. He's an engineer.
Yeah, man. It sound like y'all about to announce like a fight or some shit.
Yeah.
A little boxing
Are
fight.
you ready to rumble?
Yeah.
I could have made it better. I didn't want to.
No, that's fucking horrible. It's all right though. Anyway,
let's get. Nah, I'm not doing it. Sorry.
If you could meet, we got the first one. If you could meet any famous person, who would it be and why?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Shit. I got so many different people I want to meet.
I guess you could even be dead or alive, right?
Sure.
Oh, dead or alive?
Keep it over
sure, bro.
Any
Dead or
famous
alive.
person.
Honestly, can I pick like 2 people?
For sure.
Okay, sweet. Either Kanye or Alchemist.
Okay, let me just say about Kanye. I want to make another Kanye statement here. I know it sounds crazy, but this is what I want to say. I want to walk back any negative things I've said about Kanye.
What have you said?
I haven't said nothing crazy, but I had a pessimistic view of how the recent turbulence was
everything that's been going. Yeah,
I didn't think that he would be able to come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of see now he is creeping his way back.
Yeah, for sure. And
AI
I
Kanye, like they're doing AI Kanye where they.
Oh yeah, word, yeah.
They got his voice playing other songs and
Mm-hmm.
shit. I think that alone, like, he's such a cultural phenomenon.
People are gonna get sued for that shit, dude.
Man, for real.
Probably.
Have you got, dude? No, I've heard some ones. I'm like the Jay-Z ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is a good song of Jay-Z producer, but there's no way somebody like
that's
Jay-Z,
crazy.
a tycoon, ain't gonna fucking sue you, bro.
Yeah,
He
facts.
sees a dollar sign.
Thanks. But
You never know.
I say
I don't know, man.
I wanted to meet Kanye just because like I think it's a documentary or something like that came out on Netflix.
Yeah, the Genius.
Yeah, bro. And I just kind of seen like, his background and where he came from and how hard it was for him. And like, I really want to get that like true insider and just have like a real OG conversation and just hear some stories and just, get motivated from that shit. Cause it seems like Kanye has been through a lot.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
I would love to hear like his backstory because I'm sure it's a lot of things that they didn't mention on the documentary that I would love to know.
Well, my fascination with, I think it's the second episode of that documentary. I can't remember who's one of the special people they're interviewing, but they say it was Kanye's mom's death that fucking changed everything.
Yeah,
Well,
bro.
yeah,
It seemed like he
course.
was totally a different person before his mother.
Because Donda was
That's undisputed.
biggest fucking supporter. And you're talking about with your mom, right?
Yeah,
It's
facts.
like you lose, knock on fucking wood, but you lose a part of your soul with that.
No, for real, man. Like I love my mama. Like, we have our moments, but I love my mama. I love my mama, man. I don't know what I would do without her. For
the
real.
same way. I love that.
Yeah, man. She
I-
my heart.
I love that. I also say I want to walk back all the Kanye comments because I feel like at this point, man, fuck it. I'm rooting for everybody that's black. I'm rooting for every rapper. I'm rooting for everybody. I'm rooting for everybody that's doing what they want to do.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And fuck it. Like, fuck the consequences sometimes. Fuck
Facts.
how it's received sometimes. And, sometimes you're trying to articulate things that you can't yet. And it comes out the wrong way.
Facts.
And we're all human. I think everything can be forgiven as long as you're not murdering, raping, whatever, just fucking people over.
Right.
If you just speak in your mind, freedom of speech, man.
Right. And
Not to say that I align with anything like that, but
Right. And I will say too with Alchemist, that's another person that I would love to meet just off the strength. I seen him live with he was with Action Bronson.
Action Bronson. So for me, I would love to meet Action Bronson.
Oh, for real?
I would
Yeah,
love
for
to
sure,
meet
bro. It was him, Bodie James, Earl,
Fucking fire.
and it was Alchemist.
Where you see them at?
Detroit. And honestly, man, it was, bro, the best live show I've ever been to in my life. And man, I just kind of would love to hear Alchemist's backstory too.
That would be dope. First of all, that show in Detroit would be crazy with Bodie and
Yeah, bro.
Earl and
Detroit
Action.
went crazy for Bodie, bro. Like, it was so much love. I felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Bodie and shout out to everybody that's doing their thing. But yeah, Alchemist is definitely another person that I would love to meet. Just go to a studio and just like, not even work. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to work at Alchemist. If you ever send me a beat, I'm on that shit ASAP. But I would just love to have a conversation with him and just like kind of like understand his life on an OG standpoint. And I would love to get some tips too. So
For sure. We're about to actually crack that open with you.
Yeah, so the second question, what formula do you follow when you create music?
ooh,
You don't got to give all the secret recipes.
no, for sure, bro. It ain't nothing crazy. I kind of just like let life happen, man. A lot of my shit, like a lot of things that are in my music, it's real life. You feel me? So if you listening to like some of my songs, like that's real, man. Like that ain't fake. That ain't some shit that I just wrote. Like that's either some shit that I've been through or like something that I've heard and it motivated me to write about it. So, yeah, man, I don't really force it. If I'm not feeling it at that time, and I'm having a little bit of writer's block, I just let life happen. And that's the number one thing I feel people should do. Like, don't force nothing, man. Just let it happen with whatever it is that you're doing in life. Like, if it's not going your way, eventually it will. Just be patient, man, and just let life happen the way it's supposed to. Because that's your story, man. Like, this is my story. Like, I appreciate the L's and I appreciate the wins too, man, because it's like, it's my story, bro. Like, I have like this platform to explain my story. You feel me? And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of other people who go through what I go through.
And everyone
so it's
loves
just
a
like
comeback story too.
Yeah, man.
Your story's all you got.
Embrace that shit and move forward with it. That's all you can do. So
Don't be one of those people where the front of the book don't match what's inside of it. I'm gonna fucking put it down. I'm gonna quit after chapter 1.
it's a lot of those.
Go ahead.
Anyway, third one. How is your personality reflected in your work?
Oh,
kind of touched on that a little bit, but
personality reflects on my work. Shit. I mean,
like try to maybe be specific. Like, do you feel like the beat choices that you picked like represent who you are on the inside?
oh, for sure.
The cadences,
Like lose the actual words themselves, like the rhythm, the tone, the beats, the flow.
That's a good ass question. No one has ever asked me that. I feel like, repeat the question one more time.
How is your personality reflected in your work? Your work could be anything too. It could be a work ethic, the way you go about things.
Yeah, I guess I would say for sure my work ethic. It's just it's different. It's unique. I'm hungry for this shit. And I'm definitely like, I'm big on like just trying different things, man. Like I don't want someone listening to my shit and being like, yo, this sounds like so-and-so or this sounds like so-and-so.
like,
I'm really big
this
on
nigga would never go skiing.
You feel me?
You don't want them to
Yeah,
think that.
like nah, because I definitely wouldn't
saying?
go. I definitely wouldn't go skiing.
Oh, shit.
I ain't no skiing ass nigga, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hate the cold.
You gotta get that across in the music. Let them know.
For sure.
You a
But
skier?
I'm just big on being unique and different. So and that's also with studying the greats too, man. Like I just want to be different. When you listen to my shit, it's original. You feel me? So that's just something that I'm really big on, man. It's just being original, raw, and unique. So I put a lot of time into like my art and craft and making sure that, every song that I record sounds different than the last one.
I love that.
I guess I want to dive a little bit deeper on
Hopefully
this question.
that helps with whatever or that question. Hopefully my answer helps, but yeah.
I want to dive a little bit deeper, like a 3B question. If Element were a person, what would it look like?
Shit.
How would he act?
How would he act?
Yeah.
Like he wants a fucking change, man. Like he just want, just love and peace, because there's a lot of fucked up shit that's going on in the world. And if you listen to that album, that's what I was talking about,
My favorite, what's the one with the gunfire at the end? Fuck.
Gunfire.
Is that really what it's called? No,
it's not what it's called.
The last 46 seconds starts, you go from flowing and it goes right to pop, pop, pop.
Shit, what song was that? Because I definitely had some skits like that. Fuck, what song was that?
What that song gave to me, I was listening to it a few days ago, and I'm like, oh, this sounds like a motherfucker that just wants to take this shit. He's ready to come take this. A lot of that album to me felt like it's somebody that's trying to lay their foundation, and they're here to prove something.
No, for sure, man. That's the biggest thing, bro. I just was like, I feel like that album was just made for me to really just express how I feel about the fucking real. Because around that time, man, and even now, like, the world is just, like, fucked up, bro. Just, my mom watched the news a lot, so when I'm around my mother, I'm pretty much catching up on everything that's going on in the world. And my grandmother, too. She's another person that always keeps me updated on what's going on in the world, so it's fucked up.
So track
and it's definitely Element, 100%.
The song Element, track 7.
It's Element, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely Element.
Damn, I feel like I should have fucking known that. That bitch went.
It's all good, bro. Like, it's been so long, like, I had to think on it, too, but it's definitely Element.
Shit. All right, now we're on to our general question. Hand it off.
Go ahead and read that general question.
How do you handle all the emotions when being creative?
Let's start with Harry.
I feel like of the three of us, I'm the least fucking creative. Let's definitely start with you two.
Man,
on
you
this.
creative,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
You
come
started
on.
this
You got a
podcast,
podcast,
man. Like,
man.
come on, bro.
Come
You
on,
creative, bro.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate the
Yeah,
compliments.
man, for sure.
For me,
You got hoop earrings, man. That's creative.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You the first white boy I ever seen with hoop earrings.
And he rocking them, bitch, ain't he?
Yeah, you
in
rocking them hoes.
I got these in the motherland.
And they gold too, bro. Hell yeah.
Real gold from the motherland back in Israel, bro. When I was over there.
That's them Sonic the
Word.
Hedgehog rings, boy.
Yeah.
Looking like Knuckles and shit.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But you act like Tails.
For me, I feel like
Real niggas know what that means.
Yeah, man. Yo, Sam, bro.
Right.
You funny as fuck, man.
break this goddamn mic.
Oh my god.
So how I deal with my emotions when being creative, I gotta feel like in the last few years, I came from a place of immaturity with it. I feel like a lot of my creativity comes around being around Q or in a group. When I'm to myself in my own head, I'm probably more down on myself than I am creative, and I box myself in. But I'm with my friends, I kind of go to a dark place. And I felt like a lot of times my ideas would get shot down, especially when I was younger. It rubs you the wrong way.
Not facts.
Like, it's not even constructive criticism at times. It's just like, hey, like, that's just not a good idea. Like, straight up, hey, then that's the way it is.
Sometimes you need to hear that. Yeah.
And you have to hear it, and there's right ways for it to be said, and there's other times where it's like, they're just kind of being a dick. But I think if it wasn't for my friends helping me expand my creativity by saying, hey, that's the wrong way of looking at it. You know, like, Q is a big person I try to throw ideas at. And it always feels like we're playing a game of ping pong. So I would say for my emotions, I handle them by being with my friends and expressing those emotions, because I know they're not going to shoot me down. They're going to be like, you're acting like a bitch. That's not a good idea, but here's how I think of it. And they're going to give me their creativity. So I handle it all from feeding off of my friends and being able to, I guess, come back down and control my emotions. But it all comes back down by being around others.
Facts. That's real.
You over on that? How do you handle your emotions when being creative? All the emotions, it says.
Shit, man. I handle my emotions with just being real with like life and just time. Like, I'm really big on time. Like, you know, if it ain't meant for you to happen at that moment, just be patient with it. You feel me? So when something is not going my way creatively, like I take a step back and I just kind of just like, if I got to meditate, I meditate. If I got to smoke some weed, I smoke some weed. If I got to call my homie and just talk about life, I do that. If I need to talk to my mom, I'll do that. At the end of the day, I just do things that brings me peace. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that has helped me when I am like emotionally like, what am I trying to say? Like emotionally
intelligent.
You said what?
Emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
You're very tapped into the way you think and the reason why you're thinking that way.
Like if I'm just like emotionally like irritated or just going through it, bro, I kind of just take a step back and like I said, I just let life happen the way it's supposed to. And you know, I guess that's like the best thing you can really do, to be honest, because look where it got me, man. Like I said, when I started this music shit, like, bro, I was so like emotional and just hurt from catching so many different L's. But like, honestly, I was meant to like, or have that shit happen. You feel me? Like that shit was meant to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't take no L's in the beginning of all this shit, I wouldn't even know how to handle everything that's being brought to me that's good right now. You feel me? Like, it's a blessing to be able to open up my phone and see messages from random people all over the world that fucks with my shit.
No, so it's interesting because back, the episode we actually called it was salty because
grain of salt.
Grain of salt.
Yeah, it was
it's
called a
like
grain of salt.
You have a lot of shit that's happened in your life where you could be the dude to lash out. You have every reason to. But you've been so tapped into your emotions by taking a step back, taking a second to breathe, that, hey, that's just unnecessary, wasted energy. Yeah. And me and Q, I remember after that episode, it's always the fun time naming it, and it's like, that's exactly
a grain of salt, man. Yeah, for real. You got to take everything with a grain of salt.
You got to.
100%, bro. For real.
And for me, I think, how do I deal with, or how do I handle all the emotions when being creative? I be creative. I'm big on sitting with however I feel. And like, I'm not, even though sometimes I think when in the moment of feeling something, I might feel guilty associated with whatever feeling. So if I get mad at somebody, there comes guilt along with it. Like, I feel guilty for being mad and allowing myself to be mad. And I sit with both of those things. And I sit and I process them. And I try to get to the root of like, why am I mad? Why am I mad that I'm mad? Well, because I enjoy peace. I enjoy my own individual peace. And when I allow something to knock me off of that, it irritates me. It gets me angry. And but I sit with that and I address it. And I'm big on confrontation. I'm not unconfrontational. If something is bothering me and it's you, you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be mean about it right away. But
you can be a little bit. You won't give it away. You can be a little bit like trying to stir it, and it's like
I'll allow myself to be emotional. I don't care.
It's good, though.
You know, yeah. Even if it's kind of negative or if I'm grouchy or whatever, I'm gonna allow myself to be that.
Now, can you be
like
emotional around everyone, or is it just like you're more emotional? You think around the people you're most comfortable with.
I think I play my cards very well, and I understand time and place and situation.
You gotta understand time and place, man. That's the biggest important thing, for real.
Yeah, but
you got to.
But I'm unapologetic about being a human and feeling things. And if I'm grouchy and I'm an asshole to you, and I take it out on you, you'll get a sorry. You'll get an apology. Sure. But it's not coming right away. It's not coming right after that shit, you know.
Right.
And I'm not going to lash out. I'm going to try my best not to lash out on anybody that isn't deserving. But, you know, if you're the one that did it, you're going to know.
You're going to feel that wrath for sure.
You're going to know for sure. But yeah, that's it. That's how I do it. It's just organic is the word. So I just let it be however it's going to be.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
But yeah, that wraps up questions from the audience. Visual, do you have any questions for us?
Shit. Yeah, man. 2 questions.
Okay.
What is your guys' purpose with this podcast, and where did the name come from?
Okay.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
Both of them.
Let's start with the name.
Not to cut you off, the reason why I asked that is because I really fuck with your guys' name because the reason why I make music is also, one of the reasons why I make music is also to let my listeners know that whatever it is that you're going through, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of shit that I've been through in my life that I guarantee most of my listeners has been through at least once in their life. For sure. And when they can listen to it, and they can feel that and be like, yo, man, like exactly what he is saying in that song, I've been through that. That shit makes me happy because it's letting them know that they're not alone. And I feel like, we important is letting the people know, like, yo, you're fucking important. You feel me? Like, you're important.
I think you answered the questions.
So
that's what it was about.
I mean, I won't even add to like specifically what you just said. Like, I still think at the end of the day, what makes you good is you're unique. Like, granted, everybody's dealt with a lot of the feelings on the surface what you're going through. But the reason you've got to where you are now and you've been able to do the things you've done is because you are one of one. You definitely do deserve your roses, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate
granted, your music people can relate to, and that's the great thing about being a good artist. But the reason you're really good at what you do is because there's nobody that can replicate you.
Absolutely.
Man, you gonna make me shed a tear, bro.
Hey.
Hey, man, no, man, that's real, bro. For real. I appreciate that because, like I said, I work really hard with this shit, but Thank you.
We see it,
Thank you.
But to answer your questions, I think you answered your questions.
Honestly, I didn't even mean to.
You really kind of hit it on the head. I mean, if starting with the name and the purpose are kind of intertwined. And the name, We Important, it was just, I had the name. I don't know. I thought about it. I was thinking of the premise being like a platform for people that don't get a platform.
Mm-hmm.
And the
That's
people,
real.
Being like a starving artist and feeling like nobody was giving me looks, and then this clique and that clique ain't open to new members and shit like that. I wanted a place where we could break those barriers, and even people that maybe didn't want, wasn't receiving me in a different way. We were still open arms to them, and we allowed them to come on the podcast and speak their truth. And so that's where the name comes from. It's just We Important. Don't forget about us. We are important.
Yeah, don't forget about you.
Whoever
watching this, don't forget about yourself.
Yeah, and that goes important for everybody. And you don't have to be an artist to be on the podcast. You don't have to be make music or nothing. You just gotta have a good spirit, man. You just gotta be you.
And I want to bring up 2 things. First one, and I don't know if people have ever people have noticed, but Q actually went and changed the bio a little bit. Like our main focus right now is people of Cleveland that are important.
And I did change it back, and it's more broad again. So,
but I feel like a lot of Cleveland's creatives or it's a small town, big city. It's trying to be a big city vibes, but it won't because a lot of people look to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And we think Cleveland could really be a place that is popping in the music, sports, and every scene there is, but people don't give it a chance. They let the rumors fly, and they feel like they have to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But, talking to Wavy, he's a dude that went to L.A., spent years there, and he felt it was necessary to come back because Cleveland can be on this.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to be able to show the people of Cleveland that there are important people all around you, and you yourself are important.
And I will say, keep going, bro.
Don't feel you have to go somewhere else to be important. Stay right where you are because Cleveland can really be something.
And I will say this too, man, like not even just Cleveland, I love Cleveland, but just Ohio as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like where I come from, bro, I'm pretty sure it's only like maybe probably like 8,000 to 10,000 people, maybe less. Like in my graduating class, I'm pretty sure it was only like maybe 200 students, maybe less. You feel me? So where I come from, it's a very small place, man. And like, just, I don't know, like, I just feel like Ohio as a whole has so much talent. And if everyone came together as one, like how the East Coast and the West Coast is, like, shit would take off. And I feel like a lot of people feel like they got to leave because we don't have that here.
The community.
You know what I'm saying? The community is just all over the place. And I feel like once Ohio can get to that point, I hope they do. You know what I'm saying? I hope Ohio really do get to that point because I love Ohio. Ohio is home. But I've also been one of those artists where I feel like it's like time to go, venture off and just try something new because, like I said, man, Ohio is just very like, I don't know, man. It's just like,
well, Cleveland's Cleveland's a big highway for like artists. I know back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when a lot of rock stars would tour, usually the stops are Chicago to New York, New York to Chicago, Detroit. You have to pass through Cleveland.
Yeah.
And a lot of these bands would do just like a Thursday or Wednesday night gig. Mm-hmm. And Cleveland's fucking rock scene was huge. Mm-hmm. And it seems once rock and roll started to fall off, a little bit of Cleveland scene started to die with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, we've been talking even like the last episode with Hannah and the Wavy Duder episode, the Bobby Boucher episode, even the Jake Steffens episode, where we're talking about the younger generation, our generation, noticing that and being so hyper aware of having no community that we are adamantly trying to do something about it. Mm-hmm. You got magazines popping up, you got podcasts popping up, you got you got people trying to connect and make some sort of community around the creatives here, and I think it's the time, and so
it's getting better.
As far as the hopes that you have that Ohio will achieve that, I absolutely think
it's not Columbus, just Cleveland.
It's
happening
or Cincy.
Right now. It has to be Cleveland or Cincy.
You don't fuck with Columbus?
No,
Columbus is fine. We fuck with Columbus. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Every time I've been to Columbus, it's always been love.
I think it's fine.
Cincy
is lit.
Bro, I just do.
I've never been to Cincy.
Cincy's lit.
Yeah, I've never been.
Toledo.
Never been.
I'm alright on Toledo. It's the only one I'll give you.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one.
Anyway, let's get to
shit.
What's up? What's coming up with Visual 9?
And how can people stay connected? How can they get tapped in? What's going on with you?
Everything.
For sure. Well, everything is pretty much Visual 9. My Instagram, my YouTube, my Spotify. I'm easy to find, man. It's just Visual Space 9. Literally, that's it. I'm on everything, bro. So give me a follow. Hit me up, whatever. If you ever want to chop it up. I ain't know Hollywood. You said what?
What can people look forward to too?
Coming up.
Shit, man.
EP
yeah, I actually got an EP on the way coming up real soon. So I'm not going to give you guys a specific date, but just know like it's right around the corner.
Look out for that Visual 9 EP.
Yeah, man. So I got that on the way. I'm actually about to be headlining in Kent this Saturday.
Okay, where at?
And at Bar Lucci. Okay. Just a new venue that just opened up. And what's crazy is the owner of that spot used to be a part of, I think the band is called The Black Keys. Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so he, I don't know his backstory on like why he came to Kent.
Which instrument did he play? Do you know?
I don't know. I just found out because I was talking to one of my homies that's a photographer, and he was like, yeah, bro, I was chopping it up with him, and he mentioned that he was a part of the Black Keys. And then I looked him up online just to kind of hear the backstory of the Black Keys, and like his name popped up. And I was like, oh shit. Very cool. And awesome. Bro was just like, yeah, man, like I'm just here to like kind of build the music scene for Kent and just Ohio as a whole. And you know, that's the biggest thing that I've been trying to do, which is why in the past I was always throwing local shows. You know what I'm saying? Not just for myself, but just also for like just artists, man. Like I didn't gauge certain artists their first like performance ever. You know what I'm saying? And I did that because I know how it felt to not be given a chance to be to perform on stage. You feel me? Like a lot of people said no to me, so I just try to help not only myself but just the artists around me too. And yeah, man. So with that being said, I will be headlining in Kent this Saturday. So make sure you guys pull up, man. It's going to be fun.
And this episode's coming out Saturday morning, so definitely make sure you check that out. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button below to get all your important content and keep up. If you're on Instagram, Twitter, make sure you check us out on social media, TikTok, before we get rid of it, Everything. Really important podcast, man. You can't miss it. There's a little earth.
You really think they're going to get rid of TikTok?
100%, bro.
That's crazy.
Ban that shit.
It's little.
They need to ban that shit, to be honest.
It's so
maybe
like,
the
toxic.
UK government is suing them, but somebody's suing them saying like younger kids' information isn't safe. Anybody under 18 isn't safe. Yeah. I personally never had TikTok.
Yeah, I'll be on TikTok. Like, my sisters are like just, a few of my friends or whatever, they'll send me some shit. But like the algorithm is just so weird, man. Because I heard like in China or whatever, like their algorithm is just basically like of shit that's like I guess teaching them like just good things, bro. I don't know. I mean, like I heard their algorithm is just really good.
Like
social media,
positive shit.
And we get all
social media is like the news.
We get all the weird stuff.
It's been real negative. The frame of shit. Also, if you're on social media just to see some attractive people, they don't give a fuck about you. Oh my God, dude. That's the biggest thing I've given up on is like, you see all the influencers,
oh my God,
you see the shaking ass, you see the half naked pics, and last night it popped up on my feed, and you know how just like, it'll give like a recommended comment. Mm-hmm. It'll just pop up on the video. And the first one is, she don't want to fuck you, bro.
Oh my God.
And then the next one is, she has no idea who you are. And I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, this is
bro.
on.
The comments on Instagram, like I go through that shit sometimes. And it be wild.
Maybe we talked this first episode of the year, but like somebody brought up to me, like, why do you follow like certain people just because they're attractive on social media? Are they doing anything for you that's aesthetically pleasing other than how they look? And it's like, no. It's like, go and follow them. What is it doing for you? So I've kind of started to lose my feel with influencers on social media. Like, I think it's a lot of things this younger generation wants to be a part of.
Yeah, I don't think I follow like one influencer.
Do you want your Instagram post to influence people, or do you want your music?
Right. I want my shit to be just strictly about music and just who I am as a person.
Not about your fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
Who cares, dude?
Yeah. Because then you.
But honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, I really could give two fucks about Instagram, man. Like. Before I started this music shit, I did not have an Instagram.
No shit.
No, only thing I had was Facebook and Snapchat.
Dude, I've got rid of my social media so many times. Like,
I did not have an Instagram. I'm pretty sure I had a Twitter, but like I was barely on it, bro.
Twitter's
like,
so ratchet.
I was really tapped in with just like playing the video game and just like listening to music and going outside with my friends. Yeah,
that's it.
Go
Visuals
outside. Whatever
bro.
happened to play?
I was outside for real, bro. Outside racing with my friends just to do it, playing basketball.
Bro, do you remember when fucking Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network used to have their Play 60 week?
Oh, I hated that.
Just shut you.
I hated
go
that
the
shit.
fuck outside for 2 hours. We're not showing
but
you
it would be the
cartoons.
day. We're in Ohio. It'd be the shittiest days when they do that shit. It's freezing outside, and there's nothing to watch on TV.
No, it was always in the summer.
It would still be like a rainy day or some shit. It would be,
but nah. I fucked with Cartoon Network though, bro, because like they tried to make it seem like they tried to make it hard for us to be able to watch the shit that come on late at night, like the Boondocks and everything.
Yeah,
but
with those
shit,
friends.
nigga, I was up. Dude, I stayed up to 2-3 o'clock in the morning watching that shit.
It was the sickest thing when you see Toonami pull up and you see the dude with the astronaut. It's like, welcome back.
Yeah,
Toonami is hard, bro.
Yeah, man. Like for real.
The CGI joint is hard.
Yeah, bro. I watched all that, man. I watched all that.
We love that.
There's been a lot of fucked up shows that definitely played an influence in my
like Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken. Dude,
Shout
I think
out Seth Green, bro. One of the most creative people.
we always cite Jackass as being like a huge inspiration for us. Like,
Oh yeah, I wasn't really super tapped in with Jackass, to be honest. Like I've seen it a little bit, but I wasn't like super tapped in.
South Park's probably our biggest influence.
South Park
Me,
for
him, and
sure.
our buddy Jay could have a group chat every Wednesday, and like we'd go crack the jokes and be really fucking mean and racist to each
To
other.
this day, there's a group chat on Instagram where they send in South Park reels, and they talk about it.
Oh yeah,
what's the group chat called?
Make 7th grade great again. Is it the second? Of course, Harry made the name. It's funny though. Some clips in there. But all right, visual. I think it's time for the most important words to live by, which is your fortune cookie moment. Look at little visual out there, young Viz.
Yo,
talk to that man. What does he need to hear to keep going to get it to that next step? What's your
just be you. Be you. That's the number one thing you can do is just be yourself, man. Don't, like we were saying about the social media shit. Don't go on social media like thinking you gotta be like that person, man. You don't know their backstory. You don't know what the fuck they've been through to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Just appreciate your life and just appreciate who you are as a person, and like literally everything will go well for you. That's the biggest lesson that I had to learn. Cause I was big on going on social media and being so hard on myself. Cause I'm like, damn, man, how the fuck is he going on tour? Or like, how the fuck is she? And this, that, and the third. And the biggest thing that I had to the most important thing that I had to tell myself is just go with the flow, man. It's all about time, man. Right. Time. So just be yourself. Be thankful. The number one thing, man, because motherfuckers is not thankful. And yeah. That's it.
Thank you goes a long way.
For sure. And remember, kids, all you got is your story. Be true to it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be ashamed of it. All you got is your experience, your life.
That's real.
You just
the most valuable thing you got.
In the mirror.
And look at your butthole. And make sure ain't nothing wrong with it. Because your friends ain't going to want to do it. So you got to do it. You got to get in that awkward position and look in the mirror and say, I wasn't there before.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Oh my
That's
God.
it. That's it. I think that's a wrap. Viz, hey, you got anything else to say?
No, okay. Nothing.
Shit, man. I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you.
It's all love, man.
It's been beautiful. We're gonna close this out with one word. Go ahead, man.
Shit. What's the one word? Peace. Peace. Love. Peace.
Where you been, darling, darling? Where you been?